Now suppose you have answer to all these questions, but where shall you go to look for a house? Where do you find the house? Hello everyone, I'm Gurpreet. I'm mother of two kids. My son Gurman is 3.5 years old and my daughter Gurbani is 1.5 years old. Since 2014, I'm living with my family in south of Germany. In 2019, we bought this house. It was quite an experience to buy a house in Germany. I had a lot of questions in my mind when we started looking for the house. Today in this video, I will be sharing all those questions with you. Maybe it answers some of the queries that you have in your mind. Before wasting any more time, let's move into the questions. The first question I had in my mind was, why shall I buy a house in Germany? What is the motivation behind buying a house here? The biggest motivation that we had was EMI instead of rent. As we all know, the rent in Germany is quite high, but on the other hand, the interest on loan is quite low. So instead of putting our money in somebody else's pocket, why not use it for your own home? Take our example. We are paying around same amount of money as EMI for this big house as we were paying rent for a small apartment. So why not use your money for your own good? The another point was that we were looking for more space and flexibility. Even after paying such a high rent, you don't have any authority to change the rented house in any way. You can't even put a nail on the wall. If you have kids, they can destroy the walls and doors using crayons and other colors. And at the end, it could be really expensive. I have a first-hand experience on the same. The biggest question one have in mind while planning to buy a house is, what is my budget? What is my limit? Most people hire a financial advisor for the same. How we moved on this point was that we took an appointment in the bank in which we have an account. We have an advisor allotted there. He took a look on our liquid money and also on the Schufa. Schufa is like credit history of a person, and then he gave us a limit that this amount of loan could be given to us easily. It was a good overview of what is our budget. It should be taken care that in Germany, you could be granted 100% loan on the cost of your house. But there are some Nebenkosten, some extra cost that you have to pay by yourself. I would be reading those Nebenkosten on the computer I have over here. The first point is Grunderwerbsteuer, that is the land transfer tax you pay to the government. It could be anywhere between 3.5 to 5.5% of your house cost. The next point is Notarkosten. That is the amount you pay to the notary. It could be around 1% of the house cost. The next point is Grundbuchkosten. That is the cost to put your name on the registry. It could be around 0.5% of the house cost. And then comes the Makler provision. If you're buying a house from a broker, you have to pay to the broker also. Makler cost could be around 3.57 to 7.14% of the house cost. So if you're buying a house, around 7 to 12% are the Nebenkosten on the house. So it is said that to be on the safer side, you should have around 20% of the house cost in your account. Then you are good to go to buy a house in Germany. The next question in my mind was, shall I buy an old house or a new house? New house, of course. But the new houses are so difficult to find in the market. And if you find them, they are so costly. And if you plan to build a new house, you have to register your name in the waiting list with the government. It could take anywhere around 1 to 2 years that you get the plot, and then you have to build a house on the plot. It could again take 1 to 2 years to build a house on the plot, so you can plan to move in your new dream house in around 2 to 4 years. We really did not had so much of time, so we planned to buy a old house. We took care in our mind that there should be not lot of renovation cost on the old house so that we can move as soon as possible. We were lucky to find this house. We bought the house and moved in the house in around one month. And as we have moved in the house, we are doing small renovation as our pocket is allowing us. Moving on to the next question. Shall you buy a city house or country house? Country houses are great. They are beautiful. They are close to nature. You get more value for your money. You get more space for your money. But on the other hand, there are few things that you should consider while buying a country house. If you have kids, you have family, you would prefer to have supermarket near your place. You would like to have schools and daycare facilities. You would like to have doctors near your place. On the other hand, if you buy a house in city, you would be having all these facilities, but not as bigger space as you would be getting in a country house. We both have very busy parents. We did not want to spend a lot of travel time to our offices every day. We wanted to be readily available to our kids in case of any emergency. So we decided to buy house in city. Oh guys, there are so many questions when you decide to buy a house. The next point was that, shall I buy a house or an apartment? We really wanted to buy apartment. We are very busy and we did not want to spend a lot of time on taking care of the house. On the other hand, if you buy an apartment, you have a housemeister. He take care about cleaning the snow in front of building. If there is heating or water broken, then he is responsible for calling the company who would be repairing them. But on the other hand, if you buy a house, then you have to do all this stuff by yourself. But if you think in terms of investment perspective, apartments are not very cheap from the house, but you get a very less space. We had one more point. We have kids. They could be loud. They could be jumping like 10 in the night, and they could be old couple living under your house who could be disturbed by that. We really wanted to avoid this nakba strike, these neighbor fights, and then we decided to buy a house. So far, we think that our decision was right. True, we have to do a lot of things for this house, but since it's our own house, we really feel for working for the same. Now suppose you have answer to all these questions, but where shall you go to look for a house? Where do you find the house? There are a lot of immobilian websites on Google. You should register to all of them. I will be going through one with you. After you register in the website, you will be searching for the house as follows. Was suchen Sie? It is what are you looking for? House mieten oder Haus kaufen? We are looking to buy a house, so it means Haus kaufen. So we select Haus kaufen over here. And then we are looking, and then you have to write that at what place you are looking for the house, and then what is the limit for the house cost, and how much space you are looking in the house, and what is the minimum number of rooms that the house you should have. Here we have got one output. As you see, it is not that difficult to look for a house in the website even if it is in German. But the important thing is that you register and you start the alerts from this website so that you get email whenever there is new house registered according to your search criteria. You have to be very quick in contacting the agent or house owner and making an appointment to look the house. Except online, you can go to all the broker offices that you have in your area and register with them. They also call you as soon as they find anything that suits you. Last but not the least way is to put an advertisement in the newspaper or eBay Kleinanzeigen. You never know where your dream house is lying and where you get contacted from and you find a house. So guys, as you saw, there are a lot of queries in mind when just a wild thought of buying a house comes into your mind. I hope my video answers some of these queries. I would like to inform you that this video is part of much bigger series of how to buy a house in Germany. In the following videos, I would be discussing the points like what to observe in the house when you go for a house visit, or if you like the house, what are the steps following it. If you are interested in such a content, please consider subscribing my channel. If you like the video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. On this channel, I make videos regarding working motherhood, life in Germany, and my life experiences in general. I would love you to be part of my journey. Bye and see you in my next video.